What's up, guys? I got a big bad prize pick slip, 5 picks to turn 400 to 4,000. Let's go Lakers. I'm going to be running you through 5 player props that I'm on PrizePicks. So I've explained this before, but PrizePicks is a pretty interesting platform. And the reason it's interesting is it's what I call a fixed payout platform. If you take an over versus an under, your payout doesn't change, right? If I switch this to Nestor Cortez, whatever. So you can see this game's about to start, but whatever. I switch this to Nestor Cortez, getting the same payout. Doesn't matter if you take overs or unders. So PrizePicks is a fixed payout platform. They don't vary your payout. They don't change your payout based on the picks you select. They don't change your payout based on you selecting over or under. So the goal of these videos is obviously I want to give you guys, profitable picks that you can tail. And you'll see them in the end of this video. I'll go through my whole slip, but of course I also want these videos to be educational. Like, my goal is to teach you how PrizePicks works, how to beat PrizePicks, everything like that. So long story short, PrizePicks is a fixed payout platform, and the first bet I'm on is from the OddsJam Positive EV, Positive Expected Value tool. All this means is profitable bets, right? It doesn't mean locks. There's no such thing as a lock in sports betting. It just means plays with an edge, plays with a mathematical edge. So for example, the first play I really like for tonight, Lakers-Warriors game, let's go Lakers, is Rui under 9.5 points. Right? So I'm taking Hachimura's under. And why do I like this? Well, let's follow the data, right? As sharp sports bettors, we're always following the data, following the line movements. So you can see Pinnacle Sportsbook right here, known to be the sharpest sportsbook in the world. They've dropped. Rui's under was minus 124 16 hours ago. They've moved it all the way back down to minus 160. So lines are moving. I don't know if news came out, if it's expected that Rui's going to play less minutes, if whatever, right? Lines can move for any reason. You think about a baseball game, lines are always moving. Weather changes, all these different things move around lines. Just like the price of a stock goes up and down, it's kind of the same in sports betting, right? If everyone starts hammering the under, or let's say, whatever, he's on a minutes restriction, the under will get more favored. If all the sharp sports bettors start hammering the under will get more favored. So long story short, we don't have one data point, you have numerous data points, right? Like every single sports book is telling us that Hachimura's under is the heavily favored outcome, right? FanDuel has the under at minus 158, so a minus 158 favorite. Pinnacle, sharpest bookmaker, minus 160. Other sports books around minus 140-ish. So the average line on Rui's under is minus 140. So the sports books on average all have his under heavily favored. And again, PrizePicks is a platform where they're not varying our payout based on us selecting overs or unders, right? That doesn't change our payout. If you take, let's add in this play. So let's scroll up a bit. So long story short, the strategy for beating PrizePicks, because they don't change your payout based on you selecting over or under, is you just want to find picks where the sports books have one side heavily favored. In this case, it's Rui's under. All the books are saying, he's a lot more likely to go under as opposed to over. Follow the data, right? I say this all the time. Every sports bettor, right? Every new sports bettor, me when I started sports betting, everyone thinks they can just outsmart the sports books and make money. It's just not how it works, right? The reason PrizePicks is a business is because 99% of sports bettors bet with their gut, right? The way you beat sports books, the way you beat PrizePicks is you follow data, you look for spots where sports books have an under or an over. In this case, it's an under heavily favored. Because PrizePicks is a fixed payout platform, they're not varying our payout based on us selecting, overs versus unders. You want to take his under, right? It's just rational, data-driven sports betting. So this is the first pick I'm on. So long story short, the reason we're always playing 5 flex plays on PrizePicks is in a flex play, in a 5 flex, you only need to win. Not only, I'm not saying it's easy, but you're going to be profitable if you're winning over 54.25% of your player props. So long story short, if you can get these over-unders correctly, let's say, 57% of the time, so you win 57% of your over-unders, you lose 43%. So if you can hit your player props correctly, your over-unders correctly at a rate of 57%, your ROI on PrizePicks is going to be really good. 19.25%. So you're going to have a really high ROI. Okay? So most sports bettors, right, PrizePicks, their business model is they know most people don't have an advantage, right? If you don't have an advantage, you're only going to be able to get your over-unders correctly 50% of the time, so below 54.25%, so you're going to lose money. So that doesn't answer the question, though. Why do we play 5 flexes? Well, it's pretty simple. I just took PrizePicks payouts, right, and kind of reverse engineered, okay, if you're playing 2-pick power plays, as an example, so a 2-pick power play, let's just go here. Here we got a little 2-pick power play, right? Any 2-pick power play is a 3x payout, right? It doesn't matter if you switch this to a different pick. It doesn't matter at all, right? 3x payout. So what that means, long story short, is for 2-pick power plays, you need to win 57.74% of your player props. So for flex plays, it was 54.25%. For 2-pick power plays, you have to win 57.74% of your player props just to break even, right? So long story short, if you're winning 57% of your picks in a 2-pick power play, your ROI is negative 2.53%. You're losing money, right? Whereas in a 5 flex, if you can hit 57% of your picks, and I'll include this spreadsheet in the description so you can take a look at it, your ROI is 19.3%, so a lot higher, right? So long story short, 5 flexes are optimal, 5 and 6 flexes, because you only have to win about 54.2% of your picks to be profitable playing in 5 and 6 flexes. Whereas in a 2-pick power play, even if you're hitting 57% of your picks, you're going to lose money, right? If you win 60% of your player props, your ROI on 2-pick power plays, you're literally hitting 60%. You're only losing 40% of your over-unders. Pretty good, right? You can hit 60%, only lose 40% of your over-unders. Your ROI is only going to be 8% playing a 2-pick power play. Whereas for a 6-pick flex, if you can hit in a 6 flex, if you can hit your player prop 60% of the time, your ROI in a 6 flex is 66.4%. Crazy, right? Crazy difference. So this is why it's so important to, for all of these platforms, PrizePicks, Underdog, Fantasy, No House Advantage, to figure out what's optimal, right? Because this play, Rui, is really profitable, but it's not going to be profitable in a 2-pick power play. It's almost impossible to make money betting on 2-pick power plays on PrizePicks, right? 57.74% is crazy high. If you think you can win 66% of your player props, you're crazy. It's not going to happen on PrizePicks. You're not going to be able to hit 2/3 and only lose 1/3 of your player props. It's just not going to happen unless you're only betting on promos. So I took Rui's under, right? Just following the data. And then what else did I go with? You can see there's some plays on parlay play, but whatever. Let's focus on PrizePicks. Brunson. All sportsbooks have his under 4.5 rebounds favored, right? You can see FanDuel has ripped this line down from -128 to -182. So all the action, right, is clearly coming in on Brunson's under, right? We're following the data points. Every sportsbook, these sportsbooks have invested hundreds of millions of dollars in their ability to set lines. And every single sportsbook is telling you the same thing. Brunson's a lot more likely to go under as opposed to over. So taking his under is a great player prop. So you can see right here, this tool is called the Fantasy Optimizer on OddsJam. Screen Fantasy Optimizer is how you get to it. But all it does, right, is it uses sportsbook odds and then quantifies the win probability for your bet. So for Brunson's under, as an example, we see all sportsbooks have Brunson's under heavily favored. So we know the under is over 50% to occur. Like we know the under is more likely than the over. Brunson always goes over or under, so we know the under is more likely. We know the under is over 50% to win, but is it 54.25% to win, which is what's required to be profitable betting on 5 flexes? And what you're going to see is it is, right? All the sports books have this around, -150. The under's a pretty big favorite. It's 55.59% to hit. So that's a play that would be profitable in a 5-pick power play. It wouldn't be profitable in a 2-pick power play. This is why 2-pick power plays, anyone giving out 2-pick power plays is clueless. They don't know what they're doing, right? And I'm not saying I've never bet on a 2-pick power play. When I started out on PrizePicks, I made mistakes, but I'm saying anyone giving out 2-pick power plays has no idea what they're doing. And I didn't initially. When I first signed up for PrizePicks, I was confused. And then I realized you can back out the payouts, do all this cool stuff. 5 flexes are best, yada, yada, yada. But anyways, what this Fantasy Optimizer does, right, is it just tells you the win probability for your bet, right, based on sportsbook odds. Everything's based in data. And I don't care if I'm betting on tennis, MLB, player walks, who cares, right? Some people will be like, I hate betting on tennis. I don't like watching tennis. I don't care. The reason you should bet on sports, the reason I bet on sports is to make money. Maybe it's not for you, but here are my 5 picks. 400 to win 4,000. The purpose of these videos, I'm just showing you guys, what I'm putting my own money on is I'm on Hachimura under 9.5 points, Brunson under 4.5 rebounds, Yannick over 20.5 games, Curry over 35.5 points plus rebounds. So literally just grabbing plays, from this little fantasy screen, finding value in the market. I mean, not doing anything super revolutionary here. And then John Gray over 1.5 walks allowed. Hopefully you guys liked this video. I liked making it. It's fun. So let's make some money.